Let me do my greeting for YouTube. Hang on, Bull. Cardboard Mafia, hashtag Dirty South Production, baby. What's up, YouTube? Nats Man 72 coming at you. And the hashtag Dirty South, hashtag Cardboard Mafia. And let's see, man, what's up, Big C? Man, I'm doing a simulcast right now on Instagram Live and on YouTube. Man, I just wanted to do a couple of channels I want to shout out to. So y'all bear with me as I flip back and forth. May do the robot. I know I didn't have an intro music. I'm shooting off the hip really, really good right now. So, but yeah, let me go through the comments in case somebody throws a comment. I'm not expecting anything on my YouTube channel because Bobbles has got that 1,300 SGC subscription reveal going down, and he's probably about a third through it. Started at 3 o'clock. So check out his channel if you want to see that SGC submission. 1,320 card submission. It's a $10,000 cost submission. I think that's the biggest one they've had. This is what the word we got. But anywho, man, I wanted to give some shout outs on some. Let me do these YouTube channels, y'all. And it's crazy, man. I submitted like 40 of them. It was either 38 or 40. But let me do these shout outs from you on YouTube, man. Some of these folks don't need a shout out. They've got a pretty large following and subs, but I'm not doing that. These are channels that I've started following that put out really good information for the hobby, whatever your aspect is. They all cover a little bit of everything. The first one I'm going to have to say is the Comeback Card Investor. He's I think by trade, he's a money coach or something like that, but he does a lot of investment stuff for your cards with investing, just those platforms. He does a lot of card reveals that he does for himself. And one of the videos that really got me hooked on him was a video from a month ago, and he's had 2,000 views on it. It's called Don't Buy Sports Cards, YouTube and Podcasters Put. Everybody ought to watch that. It's very, very good. But he's got some this is average Joe, not pumping his product. Just kind of things that he's doing and different types of cards and stuff. So, man, really say everybody ought to go on YouTube, check him out. He's got a pretty good following with 1.21,000 subscribers, so you don't need a shout out from a little guy like me. But I did his YouTube, and he commented back, and it seems like a real genuine guy. I'm not a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, but he's evidently down in Tampa, and he's got the old Tampa football team mascot shirt he wears a lot. Is his little trade, and I think that's pretty cool, man. So if you ever watch it, dude, it's pretty cool. Another one I want to mention is it's called Cardboard, CARDBOARD. Is his channel. He's got 20 subscribers. So his last video is about a month ago, and it's on an SGC card reveal from June 1st. Well, I got like that because that's my birthday. So check him out. His stuff is kind of sporadic, but that video was pretty cool. If you like SGC reveals and stuff. One guy, man, I'm telling you, I've got, let me find it. I'm having to scroll through. Another one is Les Alex. He's got a big following. His stuff is just blowing up left and right. He's good to interact with, real laid back, communicates with his followers and stuff. So I started following him. He does a lot of collaboration with PSA Collector, and I think it's Hobby Box is what it's called. But anyway, he's a good channel to follow. Oh, this young man right here, NBA Card London. NBA Card London. He's just started out. He's got 109 subscribers. And his production and stuff, I'm not a production guy, but He's got very good content, man. I really like his content. He's on Instagram, NBA Card London is his Instagram. NBA Card London is on his Instagram for Instagram people. But he is on YouTube. He's got 100 subscribers or 109. So hopefully we can get him some more. And I've actually reached out to him, and we're going to do a interview here next week. Just getting it scheduled. So yeah, and looking forward to that. And then I got to give a shout out to Hannah here on Instagram. Hannah, I think it's Hannah Collectibles. Hannah, don't get mad at me if I got it wrong. But we're going to do an interview with her on my YouTube channel, hopefully this week. I've got 3 lined up this week during the week. I got one tomorrow night, Chili. And I think he goes by Mike, something on Instagram. But his YouTube channel is Chili Sports Cards. So he was the first guy when I got back into the hobby, and he broke down SGC stuff before anybody else did on comps and stuff. And so I started following. Struggle the net. Yeah, man, me too. And I wish more people would put out good channels, good Instagram pages to follow. That'd be helpful, you know. So, man, I suggest that to all y'all that I follow that, you know, I kind of lean on to get information. Hey, throw out some Instagram pages and stuff that folks y'all recommend, man. That would be cool if y'all could do that, man. I think that'd be great. But this young man's pretty cool. It's NBA Card London, as in the UK. He's awesome. Of course, Triple Crown 24. I mean, he's in here, of course, with him and Mike O are in collaboration with PSA and SGC submissions. Mike O is doing the SGC stuff, and Triple Crown 24 is handling the PSA stuff. And I've actually got that on the background back here, listening to what you're doing, brother, on this PSA. And I've got some stuff that I'm probably going to submit to them for PSA. I'm just trying to read more into it. Another one is called Collecting on a Budget. Collecting on a Budget. 6 years in your live video. Bryce has to get on here, and I'm letting him on here. What's up, Bryce? How you doing, young man? Can you hear me, brother? All right, Bryce left the room. Well, Bryce, I had you on here, man. But Collecting on a Budget, I don't see anything about his Instagram or social media stuff, but definitely Collecting on a Budget is a good one. Flipping Steve has blown up by his own accounts. Flipping Steve, he's started talking about soccer. He's getting into soccer. He mentions assessing basketball, but he does Mailbin and everything else. So, man, I enjoy him. I listen to his stuff. KBL Legends, this young man, you hear his voice and you don't see him. It's like the wizard from the Wizard of Oz. So you got him in the background. The Hobby Box is the other one that works with Alex Less and PSA Collector. They do some cool stuff. I recommend them. Rip and Flip, 52 subscribers. He's got some good stuff. He just posted the 2018 Topps Chrome Baseball Value. Rip, I watched that. That was pretty cool. Let's see. Oh, there's a new guy. He's only got six subscribers, y'all. Let's reach out to this guy. He's got to, he's got to be on the up and up on the level with SGC Investor as his title. So he's just started. Looks like about a week or so ago. He's showing cards that he's collecting so far, how he's got back into the hobby. I enjoy watching his stuff. So let's get in there on that. And my last one for the night is 19th, 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 like the 19th hole. There was a hole on a golf course, 19th Sports. He's got 10 subscribers. He's gotten back into the hobby. He's had a pretty good discussion about being, I got you, Bryce, about getting back into the hobby and slabbing. Makes a pretty good argument. Well, not an argument, but some valid discussion points about the value of a raw card compared to a slab card and why and stuff. Just interesting stuff. He seems very analytical on his stuff. I'm looking forward to some more videos from him. Really enjoy it. But he does a comparison, a fair, balanced view of SGC, PSA, and Beckett. Only thing I disagree with, I think he said SGC was maybe number 3. I'm gonna say SGC is solid second place in slab vendors right now. But other than that, and I think that's about it as far as that goes. On my mail bin today, just before I get started on my mail bin, cleat chasing. Now, no, brother. That's another one, cleat chasing. Y'all need to follow his Instagram and stuff. So he's gonna come and say hello soon. That might be. Hey, what's up, Connor? Sorry, brother. Connor, I need for you to I need to get up with you. I want to do an interview with you on my channel. So my email is danner413@yahoo. That or get a hold of Bobbles. He can give you my number and stuff. So it's all. So, but I would love to do an interview with collecting with Connor. Anyway, before I get into doing this, some of the stuff I use, I get asked, what do I do when I get mail bins, when I get cards, that kind of thing? What do I do? I use these, especially on chrome. If it's chrome, definitely. If it's not chrome, if it's paper, I don't use gloves, but I got some shiny product in here today. Bryce, I'll follow you. Hey, everybody, check out Bryce Parker 1129 on Instagram. Let's give him some help on his Instagram page. He's asking, he's a young guy, young in the hobby, and that's who we need to promote. Are these young folks getting in, because they're going to be the future of the hobby. So let's get him in. Just like collecting with Connor, go to his YouTube channel and check him out. Follow him. He's a huge Yankees fan, man. He's making connections left and right. I mean, he's got Nolan Alico 3 giving him a shout out today. Talking about. But back to this. Some of the other tools I use, old-fashioned Scotland Yard. I do use that. I use a bore sight. That's what these are called, bore sights, but it's got the magnification. You probably won't be able to. Yeah, you go. You can see it. There's a light. You look in on this end. You view, put this down on the card. Bore sight. And it's actually within this, there's a measurement guide in it. And you can actually use it to determine the borders, in addition to looking at the surface. But I'll get to that in a minute. I'm moving stuff. These cards in particular, there's certain cards, my Kobe cards, I am putting in one touches, so I have those ready. I also have the soft top loaders. These just happen to be Ultra Pro, but I use whatever's the cheapest. Of course, pieces of cardboard. If you need to, if I'm gonna put something up away in a box somewhere where it's not, I'm gonna sit and leave it. I'm gonna walk away from it for a couple years. That's what we're getting to, brother. Of course, penny sleeves. If you're shipping cards to people, you should be penny sleeving all your cards, you should be putting them in at the minimum, a top loader, or a soft top loader. Regardless of whichever one of those is, I will, and I've got other videos on this, but I will sandwich this between two pieces of cardboard. I don't tape these. I don't use tape. Don't use Scotch tape. You'll be on the timeout zone. Yeah, Connor, just saw it. Will do. But painter's tape. It didn't have to be blue. They got a rainbow. I got multicolored because I like the colors. But you're going to use painter's tape. And then when you're shipping them, I'll take that. But I take rubber bands. I buy a big old giant bag of rubber bands for like $1. And I'll wrap it across the top, sandwich it, and I won't use the tape on this, but I'll rubber band once and twice, and it's done. Do the same thing on my submissions. If I got my submission forms, I stick it in there with it or lay it on top, rubber band it. If I'm doing, that's what I'm talking about. Cleat chasing on my Instagram said Scotch tape equals unfollow. Absolutely true. But if you do painter's tape, you can do it this way. That's perfectly fine. Because what's going to happen using Scotch tape, if you don't realize this, supplies are getting hard to find, and so you want to use these. You're not probably going to use them for, unless they look really good. You're not going to use them for display. You're using it to storage, so you don't care if they're too jacked up, but you don't want that sticky residue on it, and then you don't want it sticking to other one. This is too much trouble. So you want to be able to not have that residue, because what's going to happen is I had to do it tonight. Let me give me a sip of drink here. Hang on. What I had to do tonight, because somebody used, and I jinxed myself. I told my wife, I said, man, I did good. I got all these people did painter's tape. I go to the cards in the team bag. They're Scotch. It's Scotch taped over with shipping tape, and then shipping tape on the top loader. So instead of taking the risk of taking my box cutter and going through and cutting it, what I did was I banged the card down to one side, and I trimmed just to the inside so you could open that up and drop that card out. So you got to be careful doing that, of course. Also, Instagram can see it. You can see a little bit of it. I got stuff sitting on. I don't want to move it. But a micro towel or a glass cleaning towel. Do not use paper towels. There's videos out there where people use paper towels. Don't do that. You're going to scratch your cards. And when I get my cards out, I'll pinch and just lightly hang on to it. And then when you're taking the card out of a penny sleeve, do this so if y'all can see it. Do y'all first. I'll push from the bottom, gently push right in the middle, not causing any damage. And push it up, and then grab the sides of it. Gentle. Avoid the corners. Avoid the corners. If corners want, they get graded. All right. And then what I'm going to do, when you're checking your cards out, hold them at different angles. Yeah, Bryce, I've got auto cards. Problem with auto cards in cleaning, if it's a on card, true on card auto, you don't want to clean auto because you could wipe the ink away. I even avoid the ink autos that are on the sticker autos. I'll avoid cleaning that area. I'll clean around it white. And what I mean by white is white. I'll tell you some things I've heard. I'll tell you some stuff I've done. on cleaning stuff, but to that, you're doing that at your own risk. All right. But you're taking the card and you're using your ambient light or lights or additional light sources, and you're doing it at different angles to get a reflection of the light to look at the surface of the card. Okay. So you're looking for dimples. You're looking for manufactured lines. You're looking for fingerprints, whatnot. So say you had fingerprints on that booger. I'm gonna lay it flat down. I'm gonna hold it with my gloved finger, and then I'm gonna apply light pressure with the microfiber rag here, and I'm going to, in a either counter or clockwise or counterclockwise, whenever winds your clock, wipe the surface down. Now, do not go up and down or side to side in the same direction. Even on a microfiber rag, you can risk scratching your cards, even in a rotational pattern. So be careful. I avoid the corners doing that. The way I do my corners is, I'll probably have to come back to you in a minute, Instagram, but on YouTube, I'll take it and just pinch it and pull away with the rag there. I do like that. I'll do each corner. So you don't want to do what I just showed them on YouTube is that I'll take the microfiber rag, one on my thumb side, my index finger, and I'll apply light pressure and just kind of pull away gently, because you don't want to do this, the one I just said, you don't want to do the same direction of even a microfiber. So the less you do it, the less risk you have doing it. But there's only, you don't want to do circular motions around a corner of a card, because then you're going to damage your card. You're going to lose that crisp edge. But I'll wipe, especially on these cards that's got the sheen to them, the gloss, refractors, whenever, you're going to need to wipe the back too. Something some of y'all that don't grade with SGC, you need to realize SGC grades the back as heavy as they do the front. The back centering is just as important as the front centering. Something that kind of gets on my nerves a little bit, and it's not that it's the ones that do it over and over in every video, where they'll get whether it's PSA Beckett, GMA, SGC, whoever, but they're like, man, this should have been a 10. But okay, now I see it. Well, how do you see it in the case and you didn't see that same flaw out of the case? Either you weren't paying attention, you was rushing, or something. Or I ain't saying you lying or anything, but you may not be a truth giver. I don't know. But are you just doing something for production? I don't know. But I mean, I saw a video and the dude, it was a blatant mark on the card, and said he didn't see it until after it came back. Like he saw it, like, ta-da, I see it on my reveal. Come on, man. But anyway, I'll wipe them down. Let me write this one down again. Been fingering it. And then when I do not penny sleeve the one touches I get. And if y'all are buying one touch magnet holders that are used or secondary market, wherever, you need to make sure you read the paper for it. Make sure you're getting the right size. Your average card is a 35 point card, but you want that label because the older ones do not have UV protection. They do not have it. So the newer ones have UV. So you want to make sure these are UV. If you're getting them and they're not labeled, and you're picking them up somewhere in a deal, ask. You need to, hey, are they UV? Or if they said that they bought them, they just bought them new, then, and the person, they're UV protection, because I know they ain't gonna buy no cheap stuff. But most of them now are all UV, but just check on the older stuff. Make sure it's UV protection. Let's see. Just want to throw this up. Scott, I'm doing just touching up some refractors and glossed up cards. And anytime I mess with those products, and when I clean them and put them away, or getting them prepped for a submission order, I use gloves. If it's paper, I don't. But if it's something that can hold a fingerprint, I'm using gloves. So I get my one touch. One touches used to be pretty bad about pinching, but I think a lot of that had to do with the card size, making sure you had the right holder. I've had absolutely zero issues putting these cards in my 35 point card Ultra Pro One Touch magnet holders. So you just make, as long as you're putting it in there correctly, it's got a groove, it's got a setting that it sits in there. So it's kind of in there. It's not going to move around. It reminds you, if you're familiar with the SGCs, it looks like that. Their slab order in there, that cutout. And then drop it on. Good to go. I mean, that's it. That's all I do. But to look at the card, once again, you use ambient light, look for stuff. Use your Sherlock Holmes magnifying glass if you need to. Angle it too for lighting, because you're not going to see it if you're holding it flat to you. You want to hold it at an angle so the light hits it, so you can actually see any imperfections or anything in it. You want to hold it. And then we got Phil's pool video coming up. Use this. It's got a measuring lines in it. That's funny. Somebody making a funny on my YouTube. But I use that. You can measure, and on centering, centering is part of it is your borders, but it's also once the image, how the image is framed in the pick, even background. The Beau Bichette Top Series 1 has gotten graded pretty hard. I didn't do bad on it, but they got it on the background. And on that card, I can tell you for sure is that Keith, I've got that one. I've actually shown that one. Me and him watched the same video on that back. Snoop on YouTube had some guests, not the rapper, but in the car show had it. Yeah, they got them on there. They're more expensive. They're a couple of dollars more pricier than your regular One Touch, but they got the black border ones, and they've actually got them for the larger size. I've got some. Hold that thought. Yeah, they'll be on the mat now on. Very excited about that. More excited about Tom's Finest flashbacks. I did a video, I want to say, when Tom's Finest came out, he didn't come to the chapter. And I mentioned how I don't really like Finest nowadays. That's the black border. And I invested in some of these little holders from Ultra Pro for the One Touch. Here you go, Keith. And these are the One Touch holders from Ultra Pro. Come to like 10 in a pack. Really, really affordable. So I like them. Yeah, they're really cool. I call them the poor man SGC. Those black border One Touch. But some cards I got that I'm not going to send off like that because I think it'll get graded. It's a piece of art. You can't judge that by the standards that cards are graded. But anyway, so remember that with on the back to the Bichette Series 1, the panels on the back wall at the where the fencing is, in the background in the bullpen, that's what you need to measure. They're using that. It's offsetting and popping people. But you can, try to find a 10 for whenever PSA, Beckett, SGC. Find a 10 and then compare your card to that. Or if you've got them, compare your card to that one. And where these folks are where the image is lining up at, even where Optic is lining up at on the Mosaic cards, the Morant silver prisms have a manufacturing defect, and a lot of guys and gals are getting popped for surface, for dimples at various locations, and that there is a line in the vast majority of them on that Morant that you really can't see with the naked eye. So keep that in mind on those Morants. But that's all I do, y'all. I measure with that. I also got my stickies, sticky notes to put on the back of the penny sleeve for soft top loader. But on this, where's my mirror? Oh, it's got a, there you go. It's got a ruler on one side. It's got a ruler on one side of it, so you're able to measure. So I do that. But man, it's going on 6:42. This is going way longer than I thought it would. So I hope everybody has a great Saturday night. Have a safe and blessed Sunday. I will not have any YouTubes tomorrow night. I will be on Monday night, Instagram and YouTube. Monday night, I'll be interviewing Chili from Chili Sports Cards. So I'll be interviewing him on YouTube. I think we're shooting for 9 p.m. Eastern, but I'll do a promo. We've got to get together this weekend before the weekend's over and get everything signed up. Got Hannah Sports Cards from Instagram. Young woman that's in the hobby. We're going to be interviewing her this week. I got Bart, the PSA collector, PSA guy. He is going to come on the YouTube channel. We're going to discuss football collecting. I don't know a lot about football. Thought that'd be a good topic. And he's very knowledgeable, has a great selection of San Francisco 49ers stuff, but is very, very knowledgeable on football. And he's also a Nationals fan. So he collects National stuff. He's good people. And then still trying to get Andy and Eric, she blinded me with refractors and the throwback pages, trying to get that lined up here in the next week or two. But you always got to remember, pay your bills, pay your rent, love your family, cards come last, disposable income. But most important, like Eric from those back pages says, collect what you love and love to collect. All right. Well, keep your head up, eyes up, head on a swivel. Deuces. I'm out. Peace out, y'all. Thank you for being on here. Y'all, my YouTube people. I've just disconnected with Instagram, but I want to thank everybody from YouTube for being on here, man. Y'all were y'all the greatest, man. Appreciate it. Thank you, Eric. That's it. Integrity, courage, and honor. Back your country, back the police. Let's back each other up. Y'all be great. Y'all have a good one, man.